She didn't want an obituary, a funeral, a memorial, or even a celebration of life. But love like hers doesn't just disappear quietly. It stays, it echoes, and it asks to be shared. You don't have to listen, but if you want to know about an extraordinary person, I'd love to tell you about my mom. There are so many reminders that's both a blessing and a curse. When someone you love is dying, you start noticing everything. The ordinary things become sacred without asking permission. The last time we all watched Jeopardy together. The last time we sat around the table for dinner. The last thing she asked to eat, a Popeye's chicken thigh and a raspberry pie from Ace Hardware. You think about all the lasts, even while you're still inside them. You wonder if it's the medication or the decline. You wonder if she's still fully here or already starting to drift toward the people she loves and that have gone before her. And as painful as that is, there's comfort in imagining that she won't be alone. That maybe they're already close, waiting. I keep touching her hands. They're still as soft and warm as they have always been. When I hold her hand, I almost can't tell where mine ends and hers begins. It's the same temperature, the same feel, the same heartbeat. Her hand melts into mine like it's always known how to hold me. That's the kind of mom she is. The absolute matriarch of our family. The person I call not once a month or once a week, but every day. More than that, the person that I call when I have a moral dilemma, when I need advice, or when I need the kind of honesty that only a mother can give. At the end of every call, she is the voice of reason. When I call from the ship, she says the same thing.
Lord, keep Kate safe, keep her crew safe, and her ship safe, and her passengers safe.
Every single night. Always thinking about the people I'm responsible for. Always reminding me who I am, what matters, and what I carry. Before she was our matriarch, she was already so many things. A nurse, an artist, a maker of beautiful things. Drawing, pottery, cooking, creating. She's always had a way of turning ordinary materials into something meaningful. She was a chef before anyone needed to call themselves one. With quiet confidence, she could make something beautiful, useful, comforting, or delicious. She sat through endless swim practices without complaint, but she was also the disciplinarian. And to be honest, she definitely wore the pants. Tiny, but strong, sentimental, but brave, humble, but quietly extraordinary. Her tenderness has always had action behind it. She loved animals. She kept friends for life. She made prayer shawls for people, and she put together memorials for loved ones who had lost someone even when she didn't know them personally. That is one of her rarest gifts. She knows how to turn grief into something held, not fixed. But she can also keep you in check like no one else. If your head gets too big, she lovingly counterbalances it. If she gives one person a compliment, she finds one for everyone, so no one feels left out. And yes, among all of her other talents, she is one of those impossibly gifted people who can read in the car without getting sick. She's always seen beauty where no one else would. In my late 20s, I got food poisoning from a rogue chicken wing and was up all night getting sick. Mom took me into her room, put me in her bed, and placed the famous big yellow Tupperware bowl beside me. You know the one. The bowl used for everything from popcorn and mixing cookie dough to washing the car and, when necessary, becoming a designated barf bowl. As I got sick, she held my hair, pressed a cold washcloth to my forehead. After dry heaving, I looked up at her, completely pale and miserable, and she said with all sincerity, "You've never looked more beautiful." And I believed her. Even at my worst, she saw the best. If you ask me about my mom, I'll smile and say she's amazing. But if you ask me on a deeper level, I'll probably cry and tell you how much she'd been through. I've watched her carry the weight of the world on her shoulders. I've watched her fight battles that she never let us see. I've watched her swallow her own pain so we could have peace. And despite everything life has thrown at her, she's shown up for us every single time. She's the strongest mom in my eyes, and I'm incredibly proud of her. From her, I learned an attitude of gratitude, not the kind that pretends everything's easy, the kind that finds something beautiful anyway. She brought that into our family group chat too, with a daily family message, a photo paired with a quote. It could be anything from the Dalai Lama to Betty White, something to inspire us, make us think, or, most cases, make us laugh. And they always did. Little pieces of light sent into the middle of our day, a reminder that even in the middle of chaos, there is always something worth noticing. One of my favorite things she ever gave me was a word. When I was calling her every night from Italy, it was usually after work and around sunset. One evening, I told her that there should be a word for the way that the sky transforms 20 minutes after the sun disappears, when all of the colors that were cast across the sky seem to get pulled back down into the place where the sun set. She thought about it and came up with one, based on the word sentient, the ability to feel, sense, perceive, and be aware. She came up with sunscient, the ability to feel, perceive, and fully enjoy the color phenomena of the sunset after the setting sun. We first tried suntient, but agreed that it sounded like something inappropriate, so sunscient it became. And now she will always have my sunsets, every one of them. Because long after the sun has slipped below the horizon, there is still color, still warmth, and still evidence that something beautiful was here. And that feels like my mom. The tears come easily now. I think Bug prepared me for grief, but nothing really prepares you for this. I wonder if I said everything I needed to say. I wonder if she knows how much we all love her. I wonder how Dad will cope when the house is quiet. I wonder who we need to tell. The friends who called her every Monday, the people who sent her cards twice a week without fail, the people who love her in their own corners of the world. I worry about things that probably don't matter, and things that absolutely do. I've taken more photos of her in the last few days than I have in the last decade, even though it isn't the version of her that I think she would want us to remember. But maybe I'm not taking them to remember how she looks. Maybe I'm taking them because I can't bear the thought of a world where I can't look across the room and see her there. She wanted to be cremated. She didn't want a funeral or a memorial. And she joked recently that she didn't want her ashes spread under Golden Gate Bridge with the rest of our family, but rather at Trader Joe's, which is perfectly her. Grief has a strange way of stripping everything down. My need to detach from material things has never felt stronger, because in the end, they don't mean what we think they mean. What matters is the life that we shared, the stories that we keep telling, the hands that we were lucky enough to hold, the meals that brought us around the same table, and the calls that always seemed to end with exactly the advice that we needed. It's the laughter, the ordinary moments we didn't know were becoming sacred, and the reminder that she leaves behind. To go explore, live out loud, and not wait to make memories while we still can. Losing her has given me this massive urge to do more, see more, and really experience life. I want to take Dad on trips that he couldn't go on because Mom was sick. River cruises, New Zealand, all the places that had to wait. And we're going to make that happen. Me and my brother. Not because we're moving on from her, but because we are carrying her with us. When we said goodbye to her, the earth literally shook. My dad, my brother, and I said our goodbyes, and as we sat on the bed, a 4.1 earthquake rolled through. We're from San Francisco, but we've never felt an earthquake like that in Las Vegas. Somehow, I take it as a good sign. Maybe it's the world making room for someone extraordinary. Maybe it was everyone who loves her saying, "We've got her." Maybe it was Mom making sure we knew she'd arrived somewhere safely. All I know is that my mom is still here, not in one place, but in the way that she left herself with all of us. She's there when we gather at the table and feel the shape of her absence. She's there in the call that I still want to make, in the honest answer I already know that she would give, and in the quiet strength our family will always keep reaching for, because she taught us how. She's in things made by her hands, the comfort she gave so freely, the sunsets that lingered just a bit longer, and the famous yellow bowl that somehow holds an entire childhood. My mom was tiny, but she shook the earth, and long after the sun is set, I know I'll still see her color everywhere.
The world is a donut, and we are but holes.